So,
My vision is 2,600 in one eye and 2,800 in another.
I was gonna ask
And
you
these
a
glasses.
similar question.
This
You're
is the
partially
prescription
psychic.
way back when before this happened.
Mhm.
My vision was just nearsighted, so
Right.
I could read and do all that. But for driving, to make it a little bit better, you would wear your glasses.
Mhm.
But I could actually drive without glasses. So when this hit, it's like, oh, I'm wearing these mostly because they're the prescription just a little bit. Every little bit helps. But this is plastic, you know, so that if I won't poke my eye. Or with these on, I won't keep rubbing my eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Right,
more
right.
like to protect it.
So, how did this experience, I guess, impact your relationship with your husband?
Well, he had to make the best of it. You remember, you take the, for better, for worse,
Right.
for richer, for poorer. Well, that's something else.
Mhm.
Sickness and in health. I don't know. He just went with it because he had to get me. He was 2 years old, and we had to get down to maybe Columbia Presbyterian, and then we had to go somewhere else. He had to take time off from, you know, his
Right.
job to do these things, and you just, it's not terminal.
Mhm.
It's not cancer. I mean, it's not like you have, oh, it's harder. Remember Jimmy and Kathy across the street? She was only like 50, and she was diagnosed with cancer. That's tough. Where the guy
Right,
was
right.
taking her down here for cancer treatments,
Mhm.
and
No, I'm
and
still.
all this. That's really tough. But
I'm still impressed that you guys were able to make it work, because these days, oh my goodness.
I'm a tough Polak. What can you say?
You are tough. You're an independent woman.
Well, you
my
can't
goodness.
feel sorry for yourself to a point. You cry it all out. You can't cry it anymore. So then you figure, well, I just got to make do with what you have.
Right.
Then you have the kids. That actually, with them and their friends and the dogs and raking the leaves, and it's always every day is something different happening.
Right. Right.
Like just what happened now in the past month.
Mhm.
We had 2 snowstorms that piled up on our roof. We have a slate roof. When that slid down, it sounded like an earthquake or an avalanche, right?
Oh,
It
gosh.
took down gutters and all that stuff. Then in the basement,
Mhm.
you get water, so you have to pump the water out. But a few years back, we had a deluge of rain, and I don't know why that ever happened, because the house is like 70 years old. First time, it went up 4 feet.
Oh wow.
Now, how tall are you? I'm 5 feet tall.
Right. I'm about 5'5".
Okay, so it came up to, you say, my shoulder.
Mhm.
That much water in the basement. So
Oh
there
my
goes your
gosh.
furnace,
Yeah.
the water heater, the freezer.
No.
Down in the basement, we found things, my husband's stash of his newspapers,
Mhm.
books, you have shelves filled with things.
Right. Oh, my
Nothing like the
goodness.
kids' Legos floating by.
It's quite a sight.
No, I mean, it's like things that his golf clubs. I don't know if your paintball stuff was down there, but you got everything, anything.
Mhm.
Oh, I work like a jackass, pulling all this stuff out. You have clothing there from winter to summer.
Right,
Sometimes you
right.
put it down there, or
Mhm.
stuff that the kids outgrew, but you're going to give it away and you never have.
Yeah.
Well, that finished that idea.
There's a solution.
We've still got stuff that John was supposed to bring up to, what is it, Big Brothers, Big Sisters?
Mhm.
It's still there. Salvation Army or
Right.
something. And you call up and you have this stuff on your front entranceway or something, and they don't show up, you say, the hell with it then.
Mhm.
You hate to throw things out if somebody else can use it. Like you see these people from Haiti and stuff,
Right, right.
We used to send packages years ago to Poland
Mhm.
when the price was okay and they were under communism. So they couldn't get this stuff
Okay.
like we could get here.
So, Emily, we have just one last question.
Uh-oh.
So we're almost done. So what advice?
You sound like a dentist. It's almost done. Just a little bit more.
It's not that bad, right? Okay. What advice would you give, to a future psychologist to address patients maybe going through a similar situation?
What do some people say, like foot and mouth?
Mhm.
Like something dumb
Right.
that they say? How do some doctors approach it, or even psychologists? Oh, some are terrible. Some will grab me by the arm and say, here, come this way, or sit over here.
Right.
I had one, we went somewhere, and I think she was maybe a nurse help or receptionist. And I said, where is the bathroom? I want to